Uncomfortably overrated. Welcome to another episode of Underrated, Overrated with me, Garyvee. First, before I go into this episode, thank you so much to everybody that lost their mind for this show. I think we've got several episodes we're about to film. D-Rock, take it away.
Portuguese wine.
Portuguese wine, underrated, wildly underrated. I'm telling you right now, under 20 bucks, maybe the best in the world.
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish, underrated. I think if you think about the next 10 years, she's got more in the can.
Hollywood.
Wildly overrated. I think Hollywood is being disrupted, but the talent there is incredible, and it has been America's ultimate weapon for 80 years, but I'm still gonna go with overrated at this moment. Triller. Properly rated, winning in certain areas, but still has a lot to go. You can't just be an alternative to government regulation, but I believe there might be some innovation there. Pokemon, underrated. The cards are underrated, the IP is underrated. Go look up the value of Pokemon's IP versus Star Wars. Twitter fleets, overrated. I think that it's a okay feature on Twitter. Right at this second, it's only a couple weeks in, but I'm gonna go with slightly overrated. King Batch, wildly underrated. I'll do it right here on the show. King Batch will be one of the biggest actors in Hollywood 10 years from the filming of this. One of the 10, 15 biggest actors in Hollywood.
James Charles.
Properly rated. Has a cult-like following, humongous following, still not known by a lot of the mainstream, has had some flub-ubs, but is going through it. Young person, I think properly rated, which is pretty solid.
Day trading.
Day trading is the most underrated thing in the world. Being fast and executing works. It works on Wall Street. It really works in marketing. Wildly underrated, maybe the most underrated thing we've done in this show. Day trading attention is my religion. Drake? This is a good one. I would say Drake is underrated. I think Drake's underrated because I think he's wildly rated, but I think people like to hate when someone's at the top. And if you just think about the output of music and cultural relevance, I also think he has a humility card that is underrated. I think Drake is underrated.
Injury reserve.
In sports, injury reserve, I would say injury reserve is, I don't even know where to go with this. Injury reserve is overrated just because I want something to be overrated.
Kanye West's entrepreneurial career.
Properly rated. I'll tell you why. I think a lot of people grossly underrate him because he's done a bunch of stuff, and I fully expect his impact on Gap to matter. I think some people overrate him because they've got him on Jesus status, and I'd like to see a couple more things out of him to go there. I think Kanye's properly rated.
Hype House.
Hype houses are overrated. We're talking about all of them, right? It's fun, I like them, but I think there's a lot of underlining anxiety and muckery that isn't talked about enough. And I don't think a lot of people are gonna leave hype houses like awesomely better off. I'm not hating, but I think they're overrated. I think there's a lot of people 15 years old right now watching, dying to one day live in a hype house. And I don't think they need it as much as they think.
NBA Youngboy.
Youngboy, never broke again. I think he is a underrated energy. If you look under 20-year-old fan bases, there might not be a bigger one out there. And so, he's got a lot going on. I'd love to chop it up with that kid one day.
Pirate Bay.
Pirate Bay? The place in Turks and Caicos?
No, like where you rip off like the software and all that.
Oh, Pirate Bay. Pirate Bay is grossly underrated. I think pirating and, I have so many of my books ripped off there. Like, I think it's an important part of society. I think it's a yin to the yang that is mainstream society. And I will go with Pirate Bay being underrated.
Verification badges.
Uncomfortably overrated. Being verified has become this crazy status symbol that people clout on, and most people use it as a douchebag energy, and I hate it. Like, that blue check, that verification, giving people clout is not good. It's high school, it's bad. I'm not a fan.
Visco.
I'm gonna go with Visco being overrated, believe it or not. I think it's wildly important to a certain demo. I think it's a good app, but it's been the same thing for 4 years now, which is like another place for young females to play it out. And I think they haven't innovated enough. I think Visco 4 years ago had the chance with 7 Smart Moves, Innovation M&A, to be a major player, maybe even the #1 social network. So I would go with Visco being overrated.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn is wildly underrated. I've been boring for 24 months, pounding the shit out of all of you to produce content on it, underpriced attention, day trading attention. You can post anything on there. Teeny bop influencers can build audience on LinkedIn.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie is something I don't like as much as I used to, but I'm gonna go with overrated because I think pumpkin spice lattes have probably grown pumpkin pie's status, and pumpkin pie is delish. I'm about that pumpkin pie, but I'm still gonna go slightly overrated.
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes are also slightly overrated because I think sweet potato fries have become a huge game, and I think, yeah, I'm gonna go with slightly overrated.
Dog.
You guys are fuck faces. God damn it. I promised myself to always give my real answer. I think dogs are overrated. I don't love. Dogs are great. And I think that people love animals more than humans at scale in a way that I think is not right. And it's only because animals don't communicate the same way that humans do. And most people are insecure and they use it, like they use animals as an excuse for not doing good behavior to other humans. I think dogs are overrated. And I know I'm gonna get blasted. Doesn't mean they're bad. I think they're overrated. You guys literally just gave me 48 hours of like headaches. All right.
Hashtag.
Underrated. Following hashtags, understanding why hashtags work. It is one of the great post-creative strategists. If you don't understand it, Google it. It's one of the great things to understand in society. It is a currency of understanding the current pulse of thinking. Big fan of hashtags. Grossly underestimated.
Black Friday sales.
Black Friday sales are now overrated. They're lame. They're not innovating. They're boring. You're almost getting those same deals all the time.
Christmas.
Christmas is properly rated.
PlayStation 5.
PlayStation 5 is properly rated.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards are underrated. They still have 20 to 100% value uptick in the youngest crew underneath the Pokemon crew. Those late 20s characters are gonna make Yu-Gi-Oh cards really pop in a decade. In 15 years, a lot of 27-year-olds are gonna have a lot more money, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards are gonna be wildly underpriced today compared to what they will be in 15 years.
Josiah the Rapper.
Oh, nice. Josiah the Rapper, wildly underrated.
Facebook.
Facebook is underrated. People shit on Facebook at scale today. It is still one of the most significant platforms. It dominates 50 to 100-year-olds' attention. The platform has over-indexed in its ability to change Facebook marketplace groups. Facebook is underrated. I also predict that Facebook in 40 years will have a reboot, nostalgic brand change, and will be some form of like the newest social network after being kind of dormant for a while. Underrated.
The final one. Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is overrated. I think it's an incredible brand. I'm a big fan. I love their marketing. But if I'm being honest, I'm shooting it, and that's what I'm doing here. It's feeling a little stale. I think it needs to do some action. That was Overrated, Underrated with Garyvee. Please tune in to the next episode.